Hi, welcome to Joy Fido International. My name is Joy Fido, and as usual, we've got something really exciting for you today. So, welcome on board. So, what have we got to talk about today? You know what we represent. Let's start thinking, let's question more, let's look into our lives again. Let's see where all the mistakes have been made. So the title today is No More Lies. No More Lies is the title. Now, why am I so hooked up on this No More Lies? I am because, do you know, from the time we're born, they have been lying to us up till today. Who are this day? The people who continue to suppress the black people. People who continue to lie to the black people. Now, I'll tell you why this really came again into my fore. You know, fore is when it's like at the top of your thinking. Okay, I just came from Nigeria and I'm starting my new program, my new course, carrying on with my course. And we had an incident. So the lecturer comes round and she gives us this press release. We're supposed to look at it and make comments and make corrections and then give it back. So we all do what we had to do. But of course, I just came back the day before and I'm in class today. So it's like my brain is all over the place after all the excitement of Murtala Muhammed Airport, which we've done a video about, and the stress of traveling, which is not fun. So I get into class and now come and read, and I'm trying to get my brain back to gear. So I get on with it. And then we finish. So we now had to do peer review and, you know, give it to another person who marks it and gives it back to you. So we finish and I'm still relaxed there, just still trying to get back my day. And one of the students says to the lecturer, so what's the highest mark? And he said, oh, I looked at it yesterday, it was meant to be 25 out of whatever. And she said, well, but 10 would be okay. And so I had 10 and that other lady had 10 as well. And so she was like, oh yeah, that's good. And she goes, yeah, but you see, it's very important that your English is very good, because you will need it for when you start your looking for jobs and maybe when you start your business. And I'm thinking, seriously, because this is how they have been lying to us forever. I just came from Lagos, and every road I could find we were taking had potholes in it, and everything is in complete disarray. Who is speaking English there? I'm thinking of how I'm gonna go set up a business and look at how I'm gonna create jobs for people, and you're telling me I need to have good English. For what? These Chinese people that are all over Africa and I hear Caribbean, they are practically all over the world right now, trying to look for who to colonize, just the same way the Americans colonized, the English colonized, the French colonized, the Spanish, the you name, the Portuguese. They're all over the place colonizing. What English are they speaking? Do you get where I'm coming from? So here we are again being told you need to have good English. And like I said to people, if you can understand what I'm saying, leave it at that. Spanish people barely speak English. Chinese people don't speak English. French people don't want to know about English. We passed through Paris airport on our way out, and they were as rude as you can imagine. We're trying to exchange money, and this lady didn't even look at us. She just threw the euros at us, practically. Who does that? French people do. And you're telling me about you have to have good English. Okay, if I'm coming to look for your job, maybe then you can tell me that. But you see, this is where I want you and I to start thinking. Because we need to come out of that frame of mind. I was just saying to my daughter now, we're having a chat. And she said, oh yeah, I'm going to uni now and I'm wondering how I'm going to cope and all that. I said, listen to me. This is what I will say to you too. Listen to me. I've done a video where I said, let's go back into our community. Contribute to your community. This is the reality of life. No more lies. No more lies is trying to remind you that your community needs you. People have need for services. Now, let's go back into, okay, I may have issues with sometimes when we go into academics and then we start thinking, oh, all these theories. But one of those theories that still makes sense today is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Go and look at it. Maslow tells you, it starts with basic needs. Basic needs. What are basic needs? Need for food, need for shelter, need for security. Look at it. In Nigeria, we lack all those needs. Okay, there may be food there, we have food, but there's no security. Barely shelter. And then all those basic needs of electricity, of water, of good roads, of infrastructure, you name them. All those needs are lacking. Who wants to know about English in such a system? Now, if you want to survive in this life, what you should be thinking is, what need can I give to people? There's a video on that coming soon. What do people around me need? That's what you should be focusing on. And so I was saying to my daughter, so after you finish talking about these basic needs, and then in this current age of today, Instagram age, everything has to happen in an instant. Go on Instagram and you see what people are doing there. You'll be in shock. Everybody wants to look the Kim Kardashian world, I will call it. The Kardashians. You see how they're constantly in your face, doing this photo shoot and that photo shoot in front of Vogue, in front of this, in front of that. And so, does Kim Kardashian want to know what English word means? So you need to wake up. We black people in particular, we need to wake up. Because society has been, they have been lying to us for as long, for generations unborn. They started by selling these stories of how inferior we are and the other races are superior, and then we accepted it. But I tell you one of the interesting one that came, which I have done a video on that too. I mean, sometimes I look at myself, okay, yeah, I can tell you clearly, it's not about me. It's the messages that comes to my spirit, which is my God talking through me. I done a video where I said programmed to fail. That we've been programmed to fail. I'm sure we may be able to connect that video to this. If not, fine, search it. And then I'm listening to these CDs. This guy is called Dr. Joe Vitale, or Joe Vital. This group called Nightingale Conant is one of my favorite go-to people when I want to just listen to motivational CDs. And so I'm listening to Joe Vital, and this particular one is about the abundance paradigm, I think. And he's trying to tell you how you don't really need to sit there and think your life is over. That everything you're looking for is right here. Abundance is everywhere. There's another book I read, The Science of Getting Rich. Again, similar message. And so sometimes when I feel down and I'm thinking, okay, but I'm trying everything I can, why is it not making sense? Then I listen to things like this and it lifts me up. And so he was explaining that most of the time, the things that hold us down is this programming. Okay, Fine, this is a typical white man telling me this. But what about us black people? Ours is worse. I've shown you books. Brainwashed. We've been brainwashed for centuries. Miseducation of the Negroes. We've been miseducated for as long as you can remember. This one actually says brainwashing Britain. There's another one here, how Europe underdeveloped Africa. And so when you read up things like this, what it does, it wakes you up. It wakes you up. I've been woken up for as long as. The new colonialism. I've shown this one in as many videos as I can. The new colonialism, where they come to Africa and grab as much natural resources as they can. Minerals, you name them. And then somebody is telling you, you need English. You need English. So Dr. Vital says, programming, that's where the problem is. And I said that already. Programmed to fail. This is how it is. Take for instance, you know when you watch a movie, because it all made a lot of sense. When you watch a movie, you know, as you're watching the movie, this is what happens. They automatically set you up. They set your mind up. This is the bad guy. This is the good guy. And you know what you do? You're already taking sides. You don't say, oh, look, it's a movie. I can just see what's going on. No, you actually take sides. I mean, I've cried watching movies because this person that I was feeling for suddenly is going through this and is going through these difficult times and things are going so bad. I watched this movie, I can't remember, The Hate You Gave, and I was crying. Yes, because it was very touching. So they set you up. A good example, The Lion King. Oh, Scar is so bad, and so you automatically hate Scar. So that's the programming that goes on from what brainwash is saying to us. They automatically according to him, because he is a PR expert, advertising specialist, so he knows what it's like to sell to your mind. So he's been selling products. Even when those products mean nothing, they can package it. They can make it look so good, look so amazing. And then you want it. And so what's the biggest PR message they've been selling? White supremacy, black inferiority. They've been selling this for centuries. And so how do they do? I noticed that too, because I remember, you know, what do they call it? There's this product, L'Oreal, and then L'Oreal will say, "You're worth it. You're worth it," when it becomes white product, and then when it's black product, same L'Oreal, because you're black and beautiful. What is that? The same dictionary. They pick and choose the words that they think should present a certain message. So that's what it is. So they've been lying to us for as long as, programming us for as long as society can remember. And this is what has been holding us down. This is why we have to wake up and start thinking. And that's why I'm telling you today, no more lies. I want you to wake up to the truth. You need to wake up and realize that you don't have to take on any more nonsense they keep feeding you with. Wake up and realize what you think is right for you. Wake up and understand that your society needs services. That according to Maslow, there are things people need. And there's so many other theories. X and Y and McGregor X and Y and so many other ones. But I know Maslow's one is quicker. Anthony Robbins too came up with his own too. Everybody comes up with their theories, but fine. The bigger message is we have needs. That's it. Human beings will all have needs. Basic needs, and then after we satisfy the basic needs, then we go a bit higher. And then we go a bit higher. So you start hearing people when they've met some basic, they have a home, they have a great job, they go, okay, I don't buy cheap stuff anymore. I only buy superior stuff. I only buy expensive. I only buy luxury goods. Fine, because they met certain needs. So if they hadn't met the basic needs, they would not have risen to the next one. You don't just jump. You haven't even got a home to live in. Now you're buying luxury goods. No. You started slowly. And so if you look around you in your community and you know people have need for things, try and meet those needs. That's it. Meet those needs. Now this is how some Dr. Vital, he's saying, this thing they call money, I think he was reading it somewhere too. He said, when he understood that money is simply gratification, it changed every way he looked at money. Why? Because if I do something for you, it's only natural for you to say to me, thank you. But like I always say, it's only a means to an end, or a means for a service. So if you bought something off me, or a means of exchange, you bought something off me, you got something off me, it's only natural to say, here you go for that thing I got off you. So I'm selling this wig. And then you say, oh, Joy, I want to have that wig. And I'll tell you, this wig costs £100, £150, £200, whatever the price may be. You will say, okay, here you go, and then you get your wig. That's how it is. And so the more people I sell this wig to, the more money I will get. The more gratified these people will be and exchange their gratitude for the goods that I've given them. So why then are we struggling? Why then does it have to be until I've got a PhD before my life can make sense? Do you get where I'm going? Because according to Miss Education, this man, Godwin, he says, why hasn't our society changed since we've been going to school? That's a Miss Education. Why hasn't our society changed? And it's a very valid question, especially for us Africans. We live in a continent full, as far as I know, full of milk and honey. Seriously. And I mean milk and honey. If you want to say milk in the typical sense of milk, we have cows everywhere that we could raise. Green grass, you name it. We could be milking those cows every day. That's milk. And then honey, bees everywhere, forest. We could be getting honey out of those bees. We have natural minerals underneath practically every soil in Africa. But you know what the problem is? Lack of knowledge. My people suffer for lack of knowledge. The Bible says it. Where is the problem? We don't know how to do it. We don't know how to milk the cow. We don't know how to pasteurize the milk if we did milk it. We have all these fruit trees, coconuts, tiger nuts, you name them. We could convert them to milk and have tree milk, as in almond milk and maybe cashew milk, maybe granite milk. You name it, we have all of that. But we don't know how to do it. Does PhD teach you that? That's what I want to know. So this is what Miseducation is trying to remind all of us. We have been misdirected. We have been misled. We have been misinformed. We have been lied to. And that's why, according to this new colonialism, the same Chinese people now, the same 10 British companies on the stock exchange come to Africa. They don't even pay tax, and they come and they pull every natural resource they can find under the soil platinum, gold, diamond, you name it, oil. And then they turn around. This is the part that gets to me. I could handle it if they did all that and maybe pay a little bit of money and walk away. And when you see a typical black man, you say, oh, my friend, how are you? Do you need a job? I can give you a job. No, they turn around and they say, those poor Africans. But you just pulled natural resources worth trillions from their land and they are poor Africans. Okay, maybe poor Africans because we're intellectually poor. Maybe because we're ignorant. Maybe. But it's like biting the finger that feeds you. It's like slapping the person that just finished feeding you. It's the same people, Spain, you name it, France, Denmark, whatever. They're tossing this boat on the Mediterranean Sea full of Africans. Oh, no, I don't want them. No, Germany, you take them. No, I don't want them. Spain, how about you? No, France. The same people, Congo, you just went there, you just pulled as much resources as you could, you turn around, you toss their people around. Is that not lies? That's why I think we should wake up. All this so-called education, PhD, mathematics, PhD, engineering, PhD, brain surgery, PhD, you name it. We need to connect our education with our nature. We need to marry them such that we can wake up and stand on our own. That's what China did. And today China is going around the world colonizing again, because it's like, you know the thing about colonization, once it's not just countries, human beings do it. I mean, I've seen it. People I have helped, they were nobody when I met them, and I stood for them, and I helped them and begged them, and then they got to a level of position. Suddenly they are so high up that, who the heck are you? That's human beings for you. So the same China that was struggling and locked its gate to the world, didn't want to know anybody because it wanted to find its feet, today that same China, because now they've got power, they've got knowledge, they've got everything they needed, they're now going around the world colonizing the world. There's a magazine I have, and it's saying the Belt and Road, something like that, Belt and Road. So what China will do, come to your country and say, oh, don't worry, I'll build the roads. And then China will sneak and write some complicated contract, and you sign it, and then you're practically signing away everything in your land. So that's the belt. And then they create roads for you. Can you imagine? So when is Africa going to wake up? When are we black people going to wake up? When are we going to know that it is down to us to realize that this thing called knowledge, God gave everybody the same. That's the programming. They've been programming us to think that something is wrong with us, so we're not thinking. And then a teacher will tell you, you need English to survive. Hello? To survive what? I don't need English to survive anything. If you go to Lagos market, Ido market, or Dumota market, you speak with a typical Yoruba woman in the market, she does not speak 2 words of English, and she's selling things that cost millions. So what English are you talking about? So you need to wake up and realize that is a lie. It's been all lies. It's been all lies. So that's a big message today. So no more lies. Wake up and start looking into your hands, because there is something you have that you can give your community that will benefit them. There's something about you. There's some mission that God sent you here to do. Something you have to do. Just like I said in another video, everything we're here for is temporary. So enjoy the temporariness of it. Enjoy being here. Enjoy whatever you can contribute, and do it when you have to do it. Like I'm doing now. Any day I have to come and chat with you about something, I will come and chat with you about it. Because I know I'm just a messenger. I know I have a message to share with you. And if I've been given something by the Spirit of God to come and chat with you, I will chat with you about it. But I know that the lies they've been feeding us with is just too much. We need to understand that we don't have to take that into our core anymore. We don't have to accept the lies anymore. So when you're chatting with your children, don't go telling them, unless you have PhD, you cannot survive in this life. No. Let them start being human first. Humanity is what it is. Who can you touch? With what knowledge? With what skill? With what information? With what guidance? With what support? With what direction? I mean, whenever I go to Nigeria, I have to meet with people who are local. And one good thing I love in my Nigeria is they are quite helpful. I thought, oh my gosh, the first time I got to Nigeria after a long time, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm back to Nigeria now and I don't know where to start from. And the very first person I met was so helpful. She's like, I call her Google Lagos. And whenever I want anything, I run to her and say, do you know where? Oh, don't worry, madam. It's at so-and-so place. Try this place. Try that place. Did she need to have a PhD to tell me where what is? No. That's touching lives. And I will give her anything. Anything. When she asks me and it's within my powers, I give her. That's what they call connection. That's what they call networking. So we need to create that in our community. Be there for each other. Support each other. Guide each other. And not stand aloof. Because from what this man is saying, miseducation, this is what's been going on. Because of this so-called education that we are chasing, this PhD, this masters, we mentally think we have achieved, we have arrived. And so, because we are masters, we are higher than the people who are below us. We don't come back to our community anymore to contribute. We think, oh no, I deserve to live in a better community now, in a cleaner community. I don't need to live with my people anymore. Why? You have a PhD, a piece of paper, you can speak English, and so that's it. What can you contribute to your people? What can you give your people? When your life is done, what will your people say on that day when now they're putting you 6 foot under? What will people say about you? Oh, she had PhD, you know. This PhD, oh my gosh, what a great achievement. No, it means nothing. So many people have that PhD and it means nothing. So your PhD should be touching lives, making people feel good, making people feel better, supporting them, guiding them, directing them, being there for them. When people have need and you have answer, give it to them. Go back to your community and stop accepting the lies of your suppressors, because they've lied enough. They have lied enough. And they are still lying. They are still lying till this day. They are still lying. Because if it wasn't so, books like this would not exist. And I'm so glad that people like this wrote these books. Because if they didn't, it would people would still think, oh, you're just talking nonsense. I don't know if you watched that movie, Get Out. That was another interesting one. They want everything you have. Everything you have means a lot to them. But they don't want to tell you that. So they sneak it around. They suppress your thinking. They suppress your way of saying things. They make you feel inferior so that you do not think out of that box. But you know what? From this day forward, no more inferiority. From this day forward, you are in charge of your life. Okay? You know who you are. You present yourself as you're meant to be. Straight from God. God's own creation. God gave you a mission. You're here to fulfill it. Your role is to contribute to your society, to your community, to your people. You're going to do it. such that when your life is done, people will remember you for the great things you did. I'm going to leave it here. I won't push any further. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you heard, give us a thumbs up. Again, we're on Instagram. For the hair service we offer, it's World of Braiding. But for these great mentor talks, Joyfido International exists on Instagram. I know we haven't been putting the videos there, but we are going to be doing that. And I'm going to be putting quite a lot of mental things. We do put them on Facebook as well. So if you're on Facebook, follow us there, Joyfido International. Share it with your friends. We really need to wake up and start thinking and see how we can better our community so we can stand firm like any other community. Nothing would please me more than to see a black, strong society. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. God bless you as always.